evening, Angel. With the holidays approaching for many people, and with perhaps some pressure to buy things for other people and for ourselves, I thought it could be interesting for us to reflect on some of the finer things in life. And when I say finer things, I'm referring to things that are truly priceless, things that cannot be bought in the store. And I think it would be worthwhile for us to express some gratitude for these things. Would it be all right if I reached out to you while we had this discussion? Thank you. What are some things that you find to be priceless? Things that could never be traded for money alone. Sure, money and our possessions, they do bring a certain level of satisfaction and comfort and freedom in life, and that certainly has a weight to it, that certainly has a real world benefit. But what are some things that no matter what really cannot be bought? I think of true relationships, relationships that make us smile, relationships that are so meaningful to us. It could be with a family member, a friend, a partner, a colleague, a community member, a trusted guardian, a mentor, someone we look up to. Relationships can be truly priceless. What about accumulating, accruing knowledge, learning new things, the feeling of taking in something that astounds us, that amazes us, that makes our ears perk up because we've learned something that brings us true joy? What about seeing something that makes us feel pure awe? Maybe it's standing at the base of a mountain and looking up. Could be looking at the Milky Way. Could be looking at the vast horizon. In the ocean. Could be looking at a sunrise or a sunset as the sky is filled with color. The infinite number of stars in the sky. I don't think we could ever look at all of them. Is it watching and observing a bumblebee as she pollinates? She picks up her pollen and she takes a drink of nectar. And she moves from flower to flower. Have you ever stopped and observed how intricate, how infinite the details are around us, the biology around us? It's so incredible, priceless. What about a real, authentic, true, full belly aching laughter? Is there something that's made you laugh recently or in the past? Something that just makes you roll, makes you feel like you might have to go to the bathroom. You've laughed that much. A real, heartwarming, inappropriately loud laugh. Love those. Priceless. And what about adventure? When you discover something new. We talked about learning, but when you experience, when you've tried something, you've gotten out of your comfort zone, you activated your courage, your bravery, you disengaged with your fear of failure, and you adventured. That sense of newness, discovery. Could be trying a new activity that you like, testing out a new recipe. Could be speaking to someone that you were nervous to speak to. And even if it ended up feeling so awkward and scary, you did it. You accomplished it. You were brave. You adventured. If it's going to a new place, meeting new people, discovering different cultures, different sceneries, different landscapes, adventure, discovery. I sure like to try new and different activities, things that I may not want to adopt on a permanent basis, but it's nice to get a sample, a tiny taste of the variety and spice of life. And when you go into a different environment and you're speaking with an expert, perhaps somebody who is good at a particular activity, or they're an instructor, you can ask many questions and find out so much information about this activity. And there you have the novelty, the newness, adventure, learning, and it's like you've taken yourself on a date. That to me is priceless. To tick off a list of new things, or even something I haven't visited in a while but I've tried in the past. It's fun to go through that list and add a bit of magic to life. That magic is priceless. Magic, I don't think, belongs only for wizards and witches and sorcerers. I think magic is something that we all, mere mortals, can possess and wield. What do you think about that? I think magic is made when we add brightness to life, to the day. And what does that mean? It's something you get to define, but it means when life is colored in what feels like maybe gray, although gray can be beautiful, but if life feels very gray, it's throwing in a punch of color, a splotch, a splash, something to shake it up. It might not even go with the motif of the gray that's in the background, and maybe gray is comfortable, but a speck of neon yellow, a flash of glittery silver and gold. How about a punctuation of teal, a wash of sea foam green, a scribble of tangerine, a splash of rouge, adding color, a bit of shift of novelty, of newness, taking time out of our days to experience something outside of our routine. That can be magic. It can be doing something for someone else, something else that feels important to us, a cause perhaps, even leaving a legacy. If it's maybe leaving something right, something that you've written and you feel like someone would benefit from it, twist it up, roll it up, and putting it in a message in a bottle. That feeling of sharing, of community, of being motivated and driven to make our space around us, our community, our home, our neighborhood, the world a better place. That feeling of purpose, priceless. What is something priceless to you? I imagine there can be quite a bit. Something that we really cannot buy in the store. I find attention, true attention, when you give attention and receive true attention, is a priceless gift and a very, very precious commodity in an age where there are many distractions. We have a lot of things that are vying for our attention, and it's impossible to be able to view all of them. So we're having to make critical decisions on a regular basis of what to put our minds onto. So when we sit and we pause, all else but the normalcy, the normal passing, coming and going of our thoughts, those are normal, but otherwise our unbridled attention, receiving and giving, truly priceless, a beautiful gift. You know, I've had to learn and still have to practice not to interject when there's a moment of silence in between a conversation. There's this urge, a bit of angst I feel, to fill in the space with words, because heaven forbid there's a little bit of silence. Having to fight that urge and just allow some space to breathe, to sit with that feeling. I may feel uncomfortable or awkward, and you never know what that space might inspire. It might be to allow an emotion to linger, good or bad, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We're not trying to make anyone uncomfortable. It could be we're internalizing something, or savoring something, or allowing our conversation partner to continue. Sometimes someone hasn't finished their train of thought and they're still processing. If we give them a few more moments, they'll be able to finish their train, and we learn even more because that thought has been really mulled over. Precious. Anything else? Our senses are precious, aren't they? Everything that you can hear, that you can see, that you can feel, taste, and touch. Our senses are so wonderful, aren't they? My goodness, we are so fortunate. And I think we really should be proud of these gifts. And we can buy glasses to enhance our sight or get laser eye surgery. But the machinery that's there that allows us to see such rich color and to see fine details, to even see in dark environments, priceless. Our speakers, being able to share and speak what's on our mind, to be able to sing, to be able to make different sounds that convey how we're feeling. It's priceless. The art that we can produce. Although the materials, they wouldn't have a cost associated with them, the actual creativity process and the birthing of that creation, priceless. Going back to our senses, hearing, our sound inputs, being able to take in information and filter it, to hear the wonderful sounds that we do, to experience ASMR, the sensation of touch, the tingling feeling that we get, the feeling of warmth, the feeling of coolness of the breeze. Priceless. The smells that we can smell. In that it's the holidays for many. The smells of cinnamon and clove and nutmeg are wonderful smells at this time. Of pine. Gorgeous smells. Smells of baking and of holiday cooking, festivity cooking. Scrumptious. So lovely. And of course, as food and the utensils and energy, the utilities that we have, of course those things have a monetary cost, but the preparation, the creativity, and the community and the love that goes behind making those meals, the science, priceless. The sharing of these meals, sharing of any experience of these senses, priceless. The taste of the feast. And if holidays are not in your calendar, just in general, the beautiful taste that we can experience. I don't want to exclude anyone. The tastes and the sounds and the sights and the smells that we experience on the day-to-day, on our average day, on our special days. We take time to really notice just how gifted we are in the way we can experience the world. Truly, truly priceless. So, these are just some of the things that have come to my mind. I honestly didn't have a formal script. I sat down and thought of the immediate things that I feel are priceless. I would love to know if there are things that you find to be invaluable that can't be bought. If you wanted to leave a comment, I would be very pleased to read it. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to and perhaps reflect on things that you can be grateful for, that we can respect, appreciate, and show thanks for. I feel like this is a useful exercise, and I really appreciate you coming by and taking the time. I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you well. Thank you for your priceless time and attention. Take care. Take care.